Hi everyone, welcome back to Demetra's Dishes. Today we're going to be making a very simple side dish. I'm just roasting vegetables, and today I'm roasting them. I'm going to roast 2 trays actually. I'm making a double batch because this is such a great dish to make. You should definitely make a second batch because it freezes perfectly. I love to use this for many different dishes, so it's a perfect side just the way it is. Roasted vegetables, I think, in my opinion, is the best, most flavorful way to eat vegetables. It brings out their flavor, it slightly sweetens them. I mean, it's such a delicious way to eat vegetables. So I'm making 2 trays. One tray, I'm going to eat it like that today as a side, actually for dinner with my family. And then the other one, I'm going to put aside and leave it in my freezer for when I need it. Perfect for making soups. It makes a delicious chicken pot pie, which is a recipe that I'm working on to put up probably sometime next week. So let me let you know what we need to make this. We need some sea salt, black pepper, whole garlic cloves. Of course, we're not going to use all of these, but if you know me, you know I love garlic and I probably would put them in there, but I'm just going to use a few. Crushed red pepper flakes, a little bit of cumin powder, an onion, a cauliflower that I've washed, a potato that I've peeled, and then a few carrots. And did I say olive oil? We also need olive oil. Okay, so let's get started. I'll move the seasonings a little bit on the side because we are going to cut our vegetables. Cauliflower is super delicious when it's roasted. These carrots are small, so I'm just going to cut the tops off just a little bit, and then they're going to go straight onto the baking pan, just like that. If they were fat, and sometimes carrots can be really fat, then just slice them in half and put them in your baking pan so that way they can cook evenly. I'm going to save this for my compost bucket and my pile that we keep outside in the garden. Okay, I'm going to cut my potato, and this is not a yummy potato, you guys. Not good. Can go in the compost. I'll get another potato in a second, but in the meanwhile, I'm going to cut this cauliflower. And it doesn't have to be perfect or exactly equal, just good enough so that way it's going to go into the pan and pretty much cook evenly. So the pieces should be somewhat the same shape and size. They just shouldn't be one gigantic and one small, because some will overcook and some will not cook and some will be undercooked. Just like that. So I'm just going to cut them. This is a really rustic dish, so it's the kind I like to make. I like to keep everything simple. No need to make it difficult. And it works for me, so it should work for you too. Okay, I'm going to put a few garlic cloves in here, just like that, whole. And I love to buy these already peeled garlic cloves. Makes life a lot simpler, and I'm all about keeping things simple, so I like to buy already peeled garlic cloves. They never go to waste in our house, honestly. I use them in almost everything that I cook. And then if I do have some that are looking kind of like they're about to go bad, or their life is just not too long, that it's about to be over, I just put them in a little tray, and then I just sprinkle them with olive oil and a little bit of salt, and I roast them, and I just puree it and pop it in my freezer. And then I always have roasted garlic to add to anything. Perfect for soups So that's my oven. I'm preheating it so that way it's nice and hot when my vegetables are ready. So all we're missing now is a potato. So I'm going to go grab a potato and I'll be right back. All right, so I got 2 small potatoes to take the place of that big potato. And okay, good. These are not yucky inside. Sometimes with a potato, you never know what you're going to get until you peel it and slice it. So I'm just going to cut this into not very small pieces, but somewhat the same size as our cauliflower. And if you have eggplant, go ahead. In your fridge, you can put eggplant in this. You know, whatever your favorite. If you have a lot of extra potatoes that you're not really going to have use for, why waste them? Just go ahead, roast them. Anytime you have a bunch of vegetables that you know may somehow make their way in the trash because you don't have time to cook them, roast them and just pop them in your freezer. Puree them. They're perfect for soup or for those days where you're in a real hurry and you don't know what to cook. Always love finding a bag of roasted vegetables in my freezer. So now my vegetables are cut. I'm going to drizzle olive oil over them. I love olive oil, so I'm pretty generous with it. Really simple seasoning. Salt, and I like to use sea salt. A little bit of cumin powder, just a little. It adds that earthy, kind of warm flavor. A little bit of crushed red pepper flakes, or a little extra, because I love them. Some black pepper. Freshly ground black pepper is great. And that's it. I'm going to do the same thing to the second tray, and then I'm going to mix it all up. I'm going to wait to mix it all up because once I get the oil and the wetness on my hands, it's going to be kind of hard to add spices to this tray, so I'll wait. Let me put olive oil over these vegetables as well. Extra virgin olive oil always, guys. Salt. So I can live off of this. I love roasted vegetables, but it's a great side to make if you have grilled chicken or roasted chickens, or if you made some fish or anything and you need a side and you don't feel like making salad that day. This makes a really, really nice warm salad. You're getting your vegetables with a lot of flavor. Some red pepper flakes again, and a pinch or a little bit of cumin powder. That's it. I'm going to mix this all up with my clean hands. I'm going to pop it in the oven and I'm going to let it roast for about 20 minutes, and then I'm just going to go in and just like mix them around so that way they cook evenly on all sides, and then let them cook for another like 20 minutes or so until they're all nice and roasted and golden and nice and soft. Then I'm going to take them out and show you what they look like. That's it. These are all nice and spices have gone all over them. I think I'm just going to sprinkle a little more salt before I put it in the oven. Make sure both sides got nicely seasoned. And try not to make a mess like I did. So I like to minimize my dish load also. I hate washing dishes. As much as I love cooking, that's how much I hate washing dishes. So if you have someone else washing the dishes and you don't care about washing something extra and you have a big bowl, go ahead and put this in the bowl and mix it all up. It makes less of a mess, but if you're like me, I'd rather clean this counter than clean another bowl because this counter has to get cleaned up anyway. So I'm fine with having things fly a little bit here and there on the counter because guess what? I do the dishes. So I'm gonna just wipe my hands, sprinkle a little tiny bit more salt over this to make sure they have lots and lots of flavor. And my oven is preheated. I'm gonna put these in there and let it cook, and then I'll show you what they look like when they're ready. Here it is, everybody. The roasted vegetables came right out of the oven. I put the other one on the side. I'm going to just wait until it cools down, and I'm going to pop it in a Ziploc bag and freeze it because I'm making chicken pot pies in a few days. I'm going to post that recipe really soon. You could eat this as is. It's so, so yummy, so delicious, especially the roasted carrots and the garlic. Those are my favorite. Get this recipe and more on www.dimitrasdishes.com. Make sure to hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel and tell all your friends about it. See you next time. Enjoy. Bye.